Welcome everybody to the Kyiv Post News of the Week podcast. This is Daryna Shevchenko.
And this is Jakub Parusinski.
So the big news this week is that the IMF has left after 2 weeks of essentially fruitless talks. Sights of progress, not really for the moment. Meanwhile, the government is reaching out to the capital markets, borrowing 1.25 billion this week.
Besides that, Ukraine's political events have been very surprising this week. Ukraine's former interim minister Yuri Lutsenko has been released from prison and pardoned by Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych. And this decision has been made after the Specialized Court of Ukraine made a decision to keep him in prison for another a year and 9 months. Some say Lutsenko's pardon was a compromise needed to sign an association agreement with the EU.
Meanwhile, activity on the mergers and acquisitions market is picking up, with 6 times the volume in the first quarter of this year compared to the previous one. The biggest deal was the sale of Inter for allegedly 2.5 billion. Not all of the activity is optimistic though, as Swedbank has become the latest in a series of Western banks to leave the country.
Besides that, Kyiv Post is looking for talents. We have 2 stories on the new startups this week. The one is for the pet owners, which the startup is the Pet Cube gadget. It's a 9 cm cube that allows pet owners play with their pets while being on the other side of the world. It has a small camera and a laser beam inside. It can be managed through the iPhone or other Android phone. The other story is a socially important startup, which is a glove that can transform the language of science into the words. The guys from Donetsk who invented the gadget already became famous after winning the Microsoft's Imagine Cup, but they still have some space to improve.
Meanwhile, looking ahead, next week will bring an important event for Ukraine's European ambitions. Former presidents Alexander Kwaśniewski of Poland and Patrice Cox from the European Parliament will present their report on April 18th. The 2 presidents have had 14 missions to Ukraine in recent years, focusing on the selective prosecution of Ukraine's opposition.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian politicians keep submitting surprising law to Ukraine's Verkhovna Rada. The draft law on abortions ban was submitted by the Svoboda faction representatives. It bans abortions of all kinds, including medical abortion. Alexander Sich, Ruslan Zelek and Ruslan Marcinkiv are the authors of the draft law. The human rights protectors say that this law breaks all the possible human rights. Okay, yeah, definitely a very worrying sign. Also in the Kyiv Post next week, read about the bust of an international cybercrime group who was arrested by the Secret Security Service of Ukraine last month. The group allegedly stole up to $250 million from accounts around the world. The group, consisting of 20 individuals aged 25 to 30, included 16 Ukrainians. That's it for the Kyiv Post News of the Week podcast. Next week, look forward to read the story about proposed law against abortions.
And about cybercrime in Ukraine.